Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Connie Douglas from Great Stamping with Connie. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada, and I would like to welcome you to Connie's Craft Along. So, first things first, if you are here and you are watching, let me know if you can hear me. Say hello, but let me know if you can hear me because if you were with me for a craft spot yesterday, you may recall that I mentioned that MSH and I had been playing with um, a new microphone. And so I tried it out last night at my team meeting, and it was okay, but that was all on Zoom. So um, it worked there. I haven't actually done it out to Facebook for real. So this is the big test. And I really hope that you can hear me. So if somebody is out there, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Tell me you can hear me, please, because it would be most unfortunate if I spend the next hour. Well, maybe it wouldn't be most unfortunate. It would be unfortunate if I spent the next hour talking and you couldn't hear me. As I say, I laugh, I giggle. Maybe that wouldn't be such a bad thing, but you won't know what to do. So, um, you need my instructions. There we go. So, how was your day? I hope you had a great day. Good day here. I didn't spend too much time in the craft studio. I did go skiing this morning with my husband and my girlfriend. Thursday is kind of our ski day. It's where I go out and practice all the things I'm trying to learn in the sessions that I do on Monday and Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday, I have training. And so then on Thursday, I try to practice it and, get it to sink into the old noggin. So anyway, we'll see. Oh, should mention this. Hopefully it doesn't get in the way too much. I kind of messed it up at Synchro on Sunday. We're practicing our lifts and I guess I wasn't ready. I wasn't waiting. And so I'm under one foot and someone else is under the other foot, but you're holding the heel and the foot and or the toes and then the guy that we're holding, he stands up and he's got someone else on her shoulders and she stands up. So there's a lot of downward force coming onto your hands. And I guess I just wasn't ready. Anyway, I think it bent back a bit. Been kind of sore this week. So um, I said, you know what? Maybe I should be doing something like this just to help it rest and recover, and hopefully it'll be okay by Sunday because I think we're supposed to be working on the lift again. So anyway, we shall see. But it's all good. There's pretty good hand mobility going on here, and it doesn't hurt or anything. So I think we're good. Okay, where are we? We are in January, heading, oh, I can't believe we're like going into what is actually going to be the fourth week of January very, very soon. And we get 4.5, it seems, because it started on a Monday. So we seem to have that extra half week. But yeah, fourth week of January already. Where is the time going? I do not know. But anyway, it's going. And so we have our online global retreat is coming up in February, and hopefully you have registered for that because if you haven't, you have to wait for our next one. Everything's been ordered, the deadline is passed. So I don't say that to make you feel bad, but just thinking about what's coming up, what I'm working on right now. But you are not too late to register for my in-person girls getaway weekend. That is not until March, and there is still space there. I have an early bird bonus right now until January 28th, which is still a little over a week away. So you still have time to make plans. March 9th to 11th is the weekend for that. And so you can get in on that. It's in Stayner, Ontario. So if you live anywhere Toronto GTA-ish, Orillia, Bracebridge, Gravenhurst area-ish, Kitchener, Waterloo. I've had people from Woodstock, probably London, I think is quite doable. I've had someone from Hamilton come. It's a little bit of a long way, but it's for a whole weekend. Okay, it's almost 3 days. We start Friday morning at 10 and we go through Sunday until 2. So it's almost 3 days. So it's okay if you have to drive a little bit longer because it is so much fun when you get there. It is awesome. And I am working on planning that and getting things ready for that. And I have some helpers lined up to help me get ready, and it's going to be a great weekend. So that's coming up in March. So reach out to me if you think you might be interested and you want some more information. If you're on my mailing list, you've probably seen the emails and the flyers and stuff. I've had it on social media as well, but I know that rolls pretty fast, so sometimes you don't see it, but do reach out. Okay, new catalog, Celebration. Now is the absolute best time to shop and get free stuff or host a workshop. Oh, somebody's here. Could you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, please? Because I'm hoping the microphone is working. Hoping my sound is a little bit better. Oh, it's Jen. Hi, Jen. Can you hear me okay? Do I have sound? Hello, Monique. Okay, good. It looks like I can be heard. Yay. Yes. Oh, and Dawn is here too. Look, everybody's coming in now. Okay, this is good. I'm glad everyone can hear me too. All right, let's do some crafting. We'll talk about Celebration as we go. Not actually sure I'm using any from Celebration tonight, but I do have some stuff from the new catalog that I am going to share. So here we go. I apologize. I did not get my paper cut in time to do the whole photo thing and everything. And I like to try to get this out. Used to be Tuesdays when I'm working. Sometimes it's Wednesdays, but anyway, I wanted to get it out. So it was a list. So this is not in my picture. Maybe I will move this up so I can measure and talk and you can see what I'm doing. So piece of cardstock is 9 by 4 1/4, and it is scored at 1 1/4, 2 1/2, and 5 3/4. Okay, that's the first piece. Second piece of cardstock is 8 1/2 by 2 1/2, scored at 5 1/2. Okay. Then we move on to some designer series paper. We have one piece that is 4 by 3. And we have another piece that is 4 by 1. Okay. And then the third piece, and I suggested that this be a different one. It doesn't have to be. You can use all the same one. Entirely up to you. But this is 5 1/4 by 2 1/4. Okay. I probably should have told you, and I forgot this one is going up and down, and these are going across. But you can see here that my flowers really should have been this way. But you know what? It's a small piece. I think we'll be fine because we're also going to cover up some of it. Okay, another piece of cardstock that is 4 by 3. And I think I said basic white. Hopefully everyone realizes if I just say basic white, what I really mean is basic white or very vanilla. We're looking for something light, something very neutral. And since the background in this paper is very vanilla, I have used very vanilla. I should mention too, this is the Forever Love designer series paper. It's all pretty peacock and gold. This is actually just the back of this, but I love both of those patterns. There is also Moody Mauve and Petal Pink in here along with the gold. So gold on one side and then just other colors on the other side. So there's our cardstock, and then you need some sort of shape for a sentiment. And I suggested that if you wanted a frame, that you could cut that. And then some sort of die cut or punched or fussy cut interest element. And I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use yet, but I have cut some gold leaves and some pretty peacock leaves. And if you are wondering, I cut them from the textured floral dies. So they are in the annual catalog. The textured floral, if I show you this, you may recognize some of these flowers, but then they also have these leaf dies. So that's what I used. Okay, I am going to use the So Sincere stamp set tonight, and this Hope Your Day is a Happy One for this card. So, okay, let's do some crafting. Oh, do you want to see where we are headed? Last night at our team meeting, we did a make and take, and I asked people if they wanted to see where we were going, and they did. And since we have a lot of the same people here, I might guess correctly that you would like to see where we are going again at this point. And since this is not mystery stamping, I can show you where we are going. Mystery stamping, you have to just do it by the clues, but this is craft along, so it's different. So this is where we're going. This is a faux step card, and it's faux because this is that extra piece of cardstock, and it's not actually cut from the card base. When you do what people consider a true step card, it's one piece of cardstock and it's all cut, but partial cuts and partial scores, and it's a lot of work to put together. But this one is quite quick and very easy to recreate. So I thought I would share that with you. So this is where we're going. This is what it looks like from the side. There's where you write your sentiment or write your message and sign it. And then it will stand up. I don't know how well you can tell that that's standing up. It's a little bit hard to show on camera, but that is standing up. So it stands up and it's got the steps. You can put things in behind here as well if you want to make it extra fancy. I've just done it with the one piece, but lots of options. So that's where we are headed. So let's take our large piece. Now I've scored it all the same direction as you likely have as well, and that's fine. It just means that one of your folds is going to go backwards to the way that we would generally want to fold it. I've done a mountain with the first one, and then I'm going to do a valley and then a mountain. So it's forward and back is your folding. Okay, so that we have that. Okay, and then your other piece is just going to fold. And a reminder, where you have the mountain from your scoring, you want to fold that together. Okay, a little bit backwards to what you might naturally think, but that's the way you should do it. So we've scored that. Okay. So maybe we'll put some of this together before, and then we'll take a moment and pause and do some stamping. So on this card, you're going to put your 1-inch strip on the bottom, and you are going to put your 4x3 on here. Okay. Do not put your piece on the back at this point, because it needs to hide all the stuff going on back there. So let's just put these pieces of designer series paper on to start. If I can get it on straight and centered and all that jazz. Okay, and then this one. So right now, during celebration, with any $60 order, you may select something from the celebration absolutely free. How good is free? I noticed Terry said earlier she loves free. Don't we all love free? Yes, I think we do. It's also a great time to join the Stampin' Up! Family, and specifically the Great Stampin' Believers team. There's a wonderful join promotion on right now. You can get the glass mat suite. So it's a glass mat, a silicone work pad, and a chamois. An $82 value, and you can get that absolutely free in your starter kit. And then once you have joined, you can enjoy at least a 20% discount on everything you buy after that, all your craft supplies. So how that too is awesome. And then there's lots of other fun things that go on once you're a part of this. So there we go. So I'm just putting this third piece onto the long part of the cardstock. Okay. So now we have all of that on. I am going to stamp my sentiment. As soon as I find where I put my ink, here we go. I am going to use Pretty Peacock ink. You should use whatever color makes sense for whatever color your paper is. Oh, I hope I didn't smudge that. I kind of shifted it. I think we're okay. Saved. As soon as I sort of felt it touch, I stopped moving and just pressed down. So I guess I got it in time. All right, let me just clean off this stamp. I think I'm going to use a different one next, but just in case. Okay. And then I am going to, I think, you know what? I think I might even pop up both of these. I'm going to put this one onto, whoops, my frame with dimensionals, just because. Okay. These sentiment pieces that I'm using, they are from the Thoughtful Expressions dies. You'll find the Thoughtful Expressions bundle in the new catalog. It is the one with the hummingbird, if you recall which one that is. And the dies that come with it cut out some of the stamps, but they also cut two different sets of sentiment layers, or you could stamp on them, images and things, but beautiful layering dies in there. And there's two different shapes. So they are wonderful. Okay, so to put this card together, you're going to close it. You're going to put this right at the bottom. Okay. And we're going to attach it to this front section. I am going to wait and decorate it after I get it on because I think I will have a better idea where I want things placed. And I think I'll be okay for that. So I am going to come across the bottom here with some adhesive, keeping in mind that I have, only the bottom section that I want stuff to stick to. And you can put this on centered. You could put it over to a side. Maybe I'll put it to a side just to be different. This card I did with it in the center, but you can put it wherever you would like. It doesn't have to be in the center. So maybe I'll just go a little bit off center. The beauty of going off center is that, if you didn't get it quite perfectly centered, it's okay because you didn't mean to have it perfectly centered. It is obviously meant to be over to the side. And in this particular case, then I have this nice flower showing. So there we go. That's my reasoning. I'm sticking with that. Okay. Once you have that pressed down nicely, you want to come over here and you'll see that you have about the same amount on the back. For some reason, this doesn't quite, looks like it's crooked, but anyway, it is the way it is. So you have about the same amount on the back. So you want to, again, put your adhesive just at the edge. Okay. And while you have it all folded up like this, you're just going to flip this over and let it fall where it may. Okay. And then it will be in the right spot. Okay. Whoops. There it is from the edge. So this has come all the way down to the bottom. And then we just folded the whole card flat and flipped this over to the back. Okay. And now this will go on here and cover this up so that you don't see those seams and things there. Okay. So we will just put this on the back. And I am being somewhat generous with my tape runner here, just because when you have 3D cards and cards that move like this, you want to make sure everything is stuck right down. There we go. Okay, flipping it back to the front. And now you just have to decide where you want your sentiment and your embellishments and all that sort of thing. And how many you want to use. I don't know that I want all 3. I might do 2. So now when you are adding your embellishments, don't go above this line because this is your 5.5. So this is your standard card size. Okay, so you don't want to go above that. You can go outside of this piece. So I could have these dangling over the edges if I was going to do 3. And I don't think I'm going to, but if I was going to, or if I was going to use this wider one, it could dangle over the edges. But again, make sure you don't go past these edges of your card, okay? Or it won't go into your envelope nicely. So I'm gonna put this guy on with dimensionals, and then I know that I'll still be able to tuck the other pieces underneath because they can just tuck under where I've popped this up. So I can decide exactly what I want where after I get this down. Okay. So we will just put this maybe about there, fairly close to the bottom, I think, because this leaf guy is fairly tall. So, okay. And then I think I might just tuck this under here and I might use him. Now, I didn't put adhesive sheets on here. I debated. I was standing at my cut and emboss machine going, I wonder if I should put adhesive sheets on here, but I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do and whether I wanted them to sort of pop up but I think I want them mostly glued down, except for this little bit that is going to dangle off the edge. So it's liquid glue time for me. And that's okay. This is easy to work with too. It's just fun turning things into a sticker and then it goes on quick and easy. If I do it again, I was thinking, oh, if I did a second card, then I would know what I want and I could do it. But um, what I've cut for my second card is different things. So if I do another one just like this, then I would know. There we go. And I didn't put glue absolutely every, so these are just ever so slightly lifted on the edges, and that's okay. And these I might put glue just on these big parts. Number 1, because it's easier, and number 2, because then there could be just the smallest amount of lift in this top section as well. So, oh, and then I have something to grab without getting completely sticky fingers. See, I can justify anything. There we go. Not sure how far up my glue goes on some of those things. Now the fun part. Gotta have a little bling. So, I don't know that I really left room, but there is this lovely, pretty peacock and gold ribbon that would look really nice with this, actually. I didn't really plan for a bow anywhere on here. I think it might not work. We also have these gems actually coordinate with this Forever Love paper because they are pretty peacock and petal pink, which is one of the colors in the paper. Um, so we could use some of those, not the petal pink, because there's no petal pink anywhere on this card, but I could use some of these. Or I could go with something in the gold tones. So these iridescent foil gems, they show different colors, but they have little gold flecks in them. They're a little bit gold-ish. So many choices. Look, we're going to end up with too many choices here. I'm not positive there's such a thing, but I think those are probably my favorite choices from the new things. But then there's also, have you seen these? Adhesive backed dragonflies and birds. Well, I do not have that open on the side, but these are lovely as well. You could just put a little gold birdie on here. So these are an online product. Look, I should have left them on here. A lot easier to see, aren't they? There we go. Hey, Suzette, welcome. Yes, so we have these birds. These are hummingbirds. I'm not sure what they are. Maybe swallows or I'm not good with my birds, but maybe we'll put some of these on. Just for something different, eh? Although I was using them the other day, but I think they'll work. Look at that. Ahem. They are pretty, aren't they, Suzette? Yes, these are we used these in Card Club this month, so I was playing with them a little bit more, and it's like, oh, I really like those. Oh, could put it right over here or on here, maybe just on here. And I think I'm just going to go with the two, even though, they always say three for the gems? But it's just a little, they're accents because they are sort of pictures as opposed to just a round gem. I don't think the rules apply. There we go. That's my story. That's my story on that one. Okay, I might use these for my next card, so I'm just going to set those to the side. Anyway, there's our card. Quick and easy because it's got that little cheater piece, but it still looks like it's a fancy card, don't you think? They're kind of fancy. Okay, so I did cut for a second one just because because I couldn't decide which paper to use because I liked this too. So this is another piece of the pretty peacock and gold, but this was the side that I really liked. I don't know, it just it's very soft, little hand-drawn flowers, and I just thought, oh, that is so pretty. And okay, true confession. This is petal pink. I thought it looks pink. I don't think that's petal pink because to me, petal pink is not pink. It's quite peachy, but it really is because it totally matches the cardstock. And I took that cardstock out of the package, so I know it's petal pink. But somehow with the moody mauve in there, it's a little bit nicer. It's not the loveliest pink in the world, in my personal opinion. But I suppose it has a place. Anyway, its place is going to be in this designer series paper, and it's going to be on my card because I really like those flowers, and I just like the soft look to that. So exact same thing with my paper again. Don't know whether you need a quick little recap, but it is 9 by 4 1/4, scored at 1 1/4, 2.5, and 5 3/4. And there we go. The sound is good. That's my sweet husband there. I said, "Can you come on and check my sound?" in case in case nobody's watching to tell me that it's good. But anyway, he's a little bit late. We've been here for half an hour, but anyway, it's all good. We have sound. That was the main thing. Okay, so I am just going to put this down. And you may have noticed that I only showed you one pattern of designer series paper here. I couldn't decide what else I wanted to put with this. I can grab these other sheets here. So I thought about this piece, Moody Mauve stripes. And I wasn't really sure. It was okay. It wasn't screaming at me that it wanted to be on my card. And then there's this piece. Again, it's okay, but that one, this is all very petal pink, not my favorite color. So that one got the big boot. And then there's this one, again, very petal pink. Out it went. And I think, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. What? Oh yeah, this one, which is no petal pink. 5, 6. Okay, so it was those were the choices. Oh, and this one has no petal pink on it. And so that's pretty peacock. I could have, but it wasn't adding anything wonderful. But I am using the front of this. So this piece, there's only one piece with the gold on it that is in the Moody Mauve. All the other gold pieces are on pretty peacock. But this one has all these beautiful flowers. So guess what? I have one of these waiting to get cut. Do a little fussy cutting. And that's going to be our front interest element. And I say, oh, I hope I haven't tossed it at the back, but I haven't. It's here. It just needs to be cut. But let's get this stuff on first. Oh. And I think perhaps I forgot to cut a piece for the back of this. I may need to do that. There you go. I cut petal pink to stamp the sentiment on because I thought that would be dark enough, and I'll stamp with Moody Mauve rather than, look at me, I'm not even following my own suggestions. I'm not using basic white or very vanilla. I'm using petal pink, but that's what you can do. Once you've made one and you sort of have the drill, then you can add and embellish and change and do whatever you wish. This is just to give you a starting point for some crafting and to inspire you. So, and I do have a piece of petal pink here, so I can cut that for the back. Okay, so I am going to put this onto here. And I think this time I'm going to go more towards the middle because my flowers are going to stick out and I don't know which direction and all the rest of it. So I'm just trying to find the center here. Where are we? We are 2 and an 8 and 2 and an 8. Okay, and then I want this 2.5. Oh, I'm not I'm eyeballing it now. Okay. It's close to the center, is it? Oh, no, not quite. Needs to go over just a little bit, I think. A little smidge further. Okay, close enough. It's middle-ish enough. Fold that down. Question, does the stamp cleaning cloth need to be stored damp? If you mean the chamois, it doesn't need to be stored damp, Monique. You can. I keep mine in one of our clear mount cases. So I just have it in here, and I usually only close one end. So this is kind of open to let some air in. When it dries, because it is a chamois, it will get very crunchy and hard, and that's fine. It will get super soft and pliable when you run it underwater and wet it again. So if you leave it just out on your workstation or something to dry, it might warp and bend, and then you can't store it flat because it's no longer flat. That too is fine. It's not going to harm it in any way. And as soon as you wet it, it will soften up and go right back to what you want. So you don't have to store it wet, but you certainly can store it damp. But I would not seal it, I don't think. I I let the air at it. And so mine does dry out if I don't use it for a few days. But you just take it over to the tap and run it under some water and it comes right back to life. Okay. Monique, I thought you were doing a card class tonight, or was that today? And how did it go? Did you have fun? Okay. So for this, I was thinking I would use a sentiment. This is the feathered flight and thinking of you. I haven't done a lot of thinking of you cards lately, and I donate them to my church in Barrie. I donate them to my old church in Markham, and I also donate them to the venue where we have our girls' getaway weekend. Now, that venue will take any kind of card because they sell them to raise funds for their kids' camp program. But I haven't made a lot of thinking of you cards lately, so I thought I should probably cycle that back in a little bit and build up my supply a bit. So, oh, little crooked. Flip it over. Double-sided cardstock. See if this is any better. That's better. Okay. Ah. No card class. Last night I was preparing. Oh, you were preparing for this card. I thought you had said you were preparing for a card class tonight. You're preparing for a card. Well, perfect. Good. Then you're crafting. Awesome. Love to have you crafting along with me here. Okay. And then I also, so I decided I was going to use the deckled labels, or deckled rectangles, obviously rectangle. So I had cut one in the petal pink and one in the, and then this die, if you clean up, you don't see these things, but this die was sitting out by my die cutting machine. I thought, hey, I kind of think that might look sort of neat having the two different shapes, and the sizing is perfect. So that's what I did. And thankfully, and then it was sort of like, okay, well, I have a deckled rectangle for backup in case I really mess up this one. But thankfully, second try, it worked. So I don't need, whoops, the backup one. There we go. Using up little bits of dimensional here. Or big bits. That's a fairly large one off of the edge. Okay. Now I am just going to put this down here. Oop. Like so. There we go. And now I'm not sure where I want this yet. It'll depend how big this is, I suppose. So this is the piece of designer series paper, but I do need to, I didn't, I got it cut off of the sheet, but I didn't get it cut out. So bear with me for a moment. Talk amongst yourselves or talk to me. I'll check for comments in just a moment as I cut here. Don't know whether you have noticed or not, but I have done way more fussy cutting in the last, I'll say maybe 6 months or so, probably than the 6 years prior. I'm really trying to, you know, get on to this fussy cutting thing. Has never been my favorite thing, but I really like how things look when you hand cut them. There's something kind of different about it. So I'm trying to practice. And if anybody has not heard much about fussy cutting, they suggest that if you turn your paper and keep your scissors still, as opposed to turning your scissors, that you get the best results. And I think it's true. I have to practice because sometimes I still want to move my scissors as opposed to the paper, but I think that really is the better way to do it. So there we go. So this is quite large. I think in this case, I'm going to put this down first, and then I can put this on top to cover up the bottom and get the spacing kind of right. And do I want this popped up? No, I think I'm going to put this on with glue as well. So I know that some of my edges go over the edge, so I'm going to kind of just put my glue down the center area. And that will certainly be enough to hold it on, but then I won't have to worry about sticky bits hanging over the edge. Probably try and dangle it off the edge. Roughly the same amount. Okay. Ah. Monique says, yes, turn the paper and, oh, not to use the scissor tip. Oh, I don't know that anybody has ever really mentioned that. I guess I kind of don't, but I don't actually think I've heard that. So thanks for the tip, Monique. Now we can all be professional fussy cutters. This looks fairly popped up. What do we think? Should we pop it again? Hard to tell. I'm going to. No, I think I'll do this one flat. I popped up the other one, and it's okay, but we'll put this down flat. And it is a little bit longer than this, so I didn't quite go out to the edge, but it will hold it on. I think it should have been a little lower. Grr. She says, looking at it now, maybe that should have been a little bit lower. So getting my dental floss in here and just pulling this off. Come on, baby. There we go. What was, oh, little piece of paper that came off. That doesn't often happen, but that's okay. It's going to get covered up. It's all good. I just want to go down a little bit lower. There we go. That's better. Okay. And then where did those, what do we think? Oh, see, now see, these look very peach to me against the purple. I guess, I mean, they are the same color. The more I look at them, the more I think they match, but they don't show up a whole lot, really. And I don't think I want them on the flower. I'm not sure I want a whole lot of anything on here. This is, it's got a lot going on as it is, but Let's just see what else we have. Maybe just a little something, something. How about hmm, some little golds? Oh, they might actually work. They're nice and sparkly. The small gold ones. I don't think I want anything large. Oh, here's little goldy gold. Oh, and there's pretty peacock too. I could have used those over there. Ah, yes. So many gems, so little time. Let's see here. I don't think I want the big ones. Or maybe, oh no, too big, I think. Maybe just a couple of these little guys on here. Okay, we'll go with it. There's a few things that could work, but we'll just do that. Okay, my telephone, some voice thing was just picking that up. I don't know. So hopefully my camera doesn't do anything weird because it's been listening to me. Uh, there we go. Terry's is difficult to decide on gems. You are so right, Terry. We have so many wonderful gems. So many gems, so little time. But it's nice. I like the variety, and so you always have something that you can choose that will coordinate and go. And yeah, I like it. No, I like my gems. That's probably not a big secret, is it? Yes. Okay, so now these are petal pink. What a difference in how they look. Anyway, that's okay. Okay, so look, there we go. Get this out of the way. Get this out of the way. I don't know how to set these out because I guess you can kind of see them that way, can't you? Yes. Okay. All righty. Let me come back here. Do. There we go. Okay. So there you go. A faux step card. Kind of a fancy fold, kind of fun, but still easy to put together. And that paper, that paper is Forever Love. It is in the new mini catalog, and it is lovely because it's got gold all over it. It's a specialty paper, um, but it does make your cards look pretty fancy, I'd say. Anyway, all righty. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I will post pictures of these, and if you have crafted with me, I would love to see what you made. So post a picture in the comments under this video. It will show up on my Facebook page, and let's share and inspire. And I love to see what everyone creates. Okay, thanks again. Hope to craft with you all really soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye for now.